So dear children, you have been undergoing the X and Y Air Force training for selection. You have cleared the examinations well with good percentage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you are expecting your call letters for the selections very soon.
Yes, yes sir.
Repeat mat karo. And till now, we have been guiding you for the selections. We have been preparing you chaps in the physical standard. As you know well, that number of times you have undergone the running for 1.6 kilometers distance. Timing 7 minutes. More than 50% of you have completed your running within 6 minutes. That's very good. Some of you could complete the 1.6 kilometer running within 6.30 and very few, some of them are within 7 minutes. Okay, so you come fit and running itself somehow, and it's very good standard which we have achieved. Whenever you got the call and when you face this test, physical test, running of 1.6 kilometers, try to complete within the times. Until then, you go to the selection, you go on practicing your running continuously according to your physical stresses. Okay? Next point. You have been given practices for the sit-up, squats, push-up, all these kinds of training exercise we have shown you with examples in the garden, which I know you are well acquainted with those tests, and I hope you can easily pass out these tests. Physical standard in the Air Force, airmen, it's nothing. It is a very simple physical test we are taking. Otherwise, in the defense services, there are very tough tests, tough running, tough obstacles. There are so many things which you have to undergo after your selection when you join the training during your training tenure. So now, after passing out the physical standard test, then in the past you had to undergo the adaptability one, that is SRT, situation reaction test, which I understand that this kind of test has been removed from the selection. Is that right?
Yes,
you got the message?
Yes, sir.
Well, the next and final test is the introduction and GD. Gentlemen, as I told you in the classes every time, that assessors, they are going to assess you in physical, in running. There, he does not know about you, about your speaking, about your personality, about your, the nature of actually expressing your views independently. This is the only test, GD. GD is the only test, an introduction, where they can assess you what kind of lines he used, what kind of standard he is possessing in giving the introduction, and also how he is able to express his views on the topics which is given for the group discussion. So that's very important, because till now, under the physical test, you need not to speak anything. Your only actions are there. But here the assessors first and last impressions give you in the introduction and the topic discussion. In introduction, when you give the introductions, I told you that you must speak without any hesitations. You should not have any kind of hesitations. I have been giving the practices of introduction daily, and I am sure now you are capable of giving your introduction fairly, better than other candidates. You can just imagine your positions when you newly joined our institute. At that time, your way of introducing yourself was quite of low standard, which my team and I have prepared you to that standard that you are very well fit and impressed about the introduction. As I told you that in introduction, be brief and clear. The defense services language is also brief and clear. While giving the introduction, you should introduce yourself like, I am Suresh from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Then introduce about your father. My father is an instructor in the ITI. My mother is housewife. Then give about your qualification. I have passed 12th class with 92% of marks, and I am very much interested. Then you say your aim. I am very much interested to join the Air Force as it is an adventurous life, which from my childhood itself I had made an aim to join the Air Force. So I am preparing hard and I am sure that I will get through. That's all, gentlemen, about me. So this kind of brief and clear introduction, it impresses the assessor that you are good in introducing yourself. Then about the topic, I told you, the new system, as per the new systems, you have to write down the outlines of the topic, which is very important now. Previously, in the old tests, it was not there. It was simply after giving the introduction, you have to discuss the topic. But now, the assessors will ask you to give the features and lines of the topic, say about introduction of the topic, aim of the topic, advantage, disadvantage, and their effects on the social, economic and political life of the nations and the community. So these kind of features you have to lay down yourself. If you don't give much attention to the features, you may be better in the discussion. You are capable of giving your views nicely, but since you are poor in writing the features and outlines, you may not be considered. Time and again I have been telling you that you have to practice yourself about writing down laying the features, outlines of the topic. You must practice that and then come to the discussion. After GD, your results are declared. Since most important, though other tests are also very important, but the GD, it becomes impressive to the assessors, how you speak, how you express your ideas, and what level of knowledge you have about the current affairs, about the topics. So these kind of tips which we have actually given you, we have in a planned way, and we have given exercises to practice in that. Lot of practices have been given. So according to our guidance and tips, if you go ahead, your selections is sure. Never be negative. Be always positive in your answers. Be always positive in your thinkings, in imaginations. Those who are having negative ideas, they are not capable of going ahead. They can't go up. They can't progress. They don't have progressive mind. In defense services wise, when you go for the aim of the defense services, that is war-like activities, exercises, there at the border, international border, you have limited sources. So along with your troops, along with your company, whatever the sources are available, you have to succeed your plan in the interest of nations with the available sources, or you have to create the sources. So these kind of practices will you have to face after your selections in the training, and after training you will be given your respective trades like wireless operators, electricians, I mean to say aircraft जो crew होता है, in that your services would be utilized. So I hope, gentlemen, you all understand what I said, what we have given the practices, you well understand?
Yes, sir.
And I hope you go nicely with that in the selections and give good results, so that the name of your institute where you have been taught at least are known well to the people. That's all. Thank you very much.